Hello guys, it is a new season with new things, and trust me, we have a lot in store for you as Liquid Sports Show. My name is Vincent.
And of course, my name is Brian.
We're gonna welcome you. I know already Matchday 1 happened. We saw the return of the elephant winning. Kiburi FC Man United surviving, while Manchester City cruised past newly promoted Burnley. And Liverpool producing another Shitiko. Always drawing. I think with the next match we should place a bet with Chelsea and Liverpool to draw, regardless of the scoreline. Whether 0-0, whether 1-1, whatever. We just get a draw.
Yeah, we just get.
So we're gonna go and do a little bit of review of what happened. And on Friday we saw the defending champions Manchester City taking on newly promoted Burnley, which is led by their legend, of course, Vincent Kompany. And
Your nemesis.
a team which played good football, but unfortunately collapsed.
Yeah.
Yes. So Burnley, do you think it's a team which will stay in the Premier League, or it's a team which will?
It's too early to judge, and it's a new season, and I'm excited,
What excitement as a Manchester United?
First of all, we are in a new studio.
We're in a new studio.
And we also landed sponsorship, So good things are coming up. And
we will announce in the next episode. Of
Let's
course.
not even go there,
Yeah.
So,
but something interesting.
Yeah, but
we've joined forces with one of the biggest companies in.
Why wouldn't I be excited, bro? So it's quite exciting. Our show-wise, and even the new season, the upcoming season, the one that has started. I mean, everything is looking good for most of the teams. Pre-season went well for most of the teams, and most of the big teams won, except the two clubs that you said they drew again. So Man City, they look in shape, but they had an injury in the match, although they won comfortably 3-0, and Burnley were trying to attack. For Tottenham, they still look shaky after Hurricane left. They're scoring goals, but they're also conceding. For Liverpool and Chelsea, no much to say.
I have a lot to say in that match. When you see, you don't have a lot to say with the way Liverpool played and how Chelsea responded. Many expected Chelsea won't perform, but at least they held Liverpool to a 1-1 draw, and they had a goal choked off because of offside position.
Yeah, both of the teams had goals being chopped off due to VAR, and for Arsenal, they began well in the game, and I thought that game would have ended maybe with 5 goals plus. But in the second half, they might have had that lackluster performance. And
they had bad news because Jurgen Timber suffered ACL injury, and he could be out for at least 2 months.
Yeah, and
I remember when we had a talk off camera, you said the best signing for Arsenal this summer is Jurgen Timber, because they got Declan Rice. Yes, he's a good player. They got also Kai Havertz from Chelsea, but you feel they also now have the new goalkeeper after releasing Matchday. So it's a massive blow for Arsenal. Same blow for Manchester City after losing. KDB. But it's a huge boost for Manchester United after our legend, former captain, leader, living legend, Harry Maguire, deciding to stay.
It's a funny story for Harry Maguire, because I don't really understand what goes through his head. He's been through a lot, being the captain of Manchester United, and then they strip you off the captaincy, and then all of a sudden they put you on transfer list, and then the club agrees with another club that you are valued at this much, and then all of a sudden the deal stalls.
Who denied it? Because Harry Maguire said there was no agreement in place for him to join Westham United. And
I heard someone was saying this joke that they were asking him, the news reporters, that the fans will miss you, and then he was asking them, where are they going? It means
he's there to stay. Like fans will leave and
but looking up at the game which was played on Monday against Wolves, I think it was a shaky performance from Manchester United. And being a fan of Manchester United, I watched that game on with my heart in my hands, bro. And I remember even in the last minute of the game, Wolves could have been denied a Stonewall penalty.
Not could.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, there is a reason why I'm using cold.
They were, because when you see Premier League trying to drop all the officials who are involved in that match officiation, and you see them like they won't be participating, but that is nonsense. Yeah, but for me that's crap, because it once happened with Arsenal and against Brentford, Ivan Toney and scoring offside goal. Scoring an offside goal, and at the end of the day, somehow it had to cost us no points. So why do you punish the officials when already points have already been awarded to the other team? I think they should introduce a new rule whereby even if referee makes the wrong decision, you're given 24 hours for that to happen. You remember there was a time United had a penalty
after the final whistle.
After the final whistle.
Yeah, but you know, the dynamics of the game will not really allow that, because at the end of the time, people need results. There's a lot of people following. So I think the
gamblers like rock.
Yeah, I think the referee federation, they just want like to make it be accountable. Like if you have made a mistake, then you're not going to get involved in the next upcoming game. So I think that should be. But again, I think they should introduce even fines for those kinds of mistakes, you know. Yeah, and I said cold because, you know, I'm a Man United fan, and
no, at some point you just
3 points.
You just need to be neutral. I remember he posted the results saying it was a controversial and let's say Wolves were denied a clear penalty in the stoppage time. But some fans attacked me, they didn't get that, because at the end of the day, I wrote something like, United won't care. They have 3 points in the bag, their focus should be the next match. They didn't see that, but they ignored. But of course, I know where United fans come from. Of course, they come from ignorance. Sometimes you have to let them be. So, do you have anything else now, or we can dive into?
Maybe that Manchester United performance.
United performance. Now maybe it's just a simple question regarding that. United got the 3 points, very important. But now, are you proud as a United fan? Are you proud of your team? Do you think with this such kind of performance, will United make top 4? Will United make top 6? Will United challenge for the title? Being honest, not a fan now, just like how you viewed the match. Do you want to see that United perform that way against Man City? Do you want to see that United perform the same against Arsenal? Do you want United to come up against Liverpool with such kind of performance?
If they do that against any of the big teams that you've just mentioned, they're getting beaten. Maybe 7-0 again, who knows?
7-up. And it'll be a proper beating, because a team like Wolves creating, like I remember,
more than 20 chances. Like they had 20 shots actually.
Possession they were around 73, 75, 80. Against a team like Man United, when you lost a lot of possession in the midfield, there was no. I couldn't see Bruno Fernandes. We used to see
Mason Mount.
No Mason Mount. I saw Mason Mount when he was being subbed off, and when United were having the cooling break. That's when I saw Mason Mount.
Right. I think it was a bad performance from Manchester United, but they were lucky, as we said. They got the win, the 3 points at the end of it. And what I know with Manchester United is most of the time when they put in like those kinds of bad performances, they usually come back and do better. I remember last season something of the sort happened, and they were able to pick up from it, and they had good performances from there. But you know, this was a new season, and fans like me, we were expecting to see better, not a bad start. And that kind of performance, as a Man United fan, just tells you that this is not going to be our time to challenge for the title again. Because if nothing is going to change very soon, then I'm pretty sure
then all United fans are going to unfat.
It's going to be tough for us if nothing is going to change. I mean,
yeah. So maybe before you go to the weekend review, Now, you can tell me what the United need right now. As a United fan, what do you think Erik ten Hag and the co are supposed to do? We're supposed to leave and we're supposed to come.
All right. I've been following closely during the preseason, and our new signing, of course, Mason Mount, he hasn't, he's not the player that we kind of needed. He needs a lot of time probably to be able to understand how the team plays, because during the preseason he looked like a little lost, and in the first game it showed it. I thought maybe it could change when the season starts, but he's putting in a lot of effort, but the efforts are bearing no fruits. Yeah, like you're just running like a headless chicken, you know, and it doesn't look good at all. Our midfield was completely overrun. And
trust me, and I saw everything. Do you think you released Fred too early?
Probably, because we haven't had his replacement. We've been linked with Sofian Amrabat. We've been linked with Onana from Everton. Yeah. And these are two players that will come in and make a little change in our midfield. But I think Casemiro is having it tough. From the first game, I saw him struggling, and it's not because he's poor or something, but it's because of the surrounding. They're not able even to hold the ball properly. I remember we couldn't even play 2 or 3 passes at a go. I mean, there was a lot more to be discussed for Manchester United, and I'm thinking there's a lot that needs to change. We need to sell Maguire. We need to get Pavard or Todibo. But I think
Pavard comment on
Varane's post, yeah. So,
but then again, I think it's good you've mentioned the story of Harry Maguire. But let me be honest with you guys. United fans hate Harry Maguire so much. To a point, even when they're unveiling new kits, abuses all over. You need to understand, this is football, these people have families. It is banter, but sometimes United fans are taking it far, to be honest. Yeah. You just need to style up, you need to grow up, you guys. Because Harry Maguire going to a club like Westham United is a small team for him. And Harry Maguire is one of the best defenders, and he's always available. In England squad. That should tell you something. Sometimes sometimes you can play in a team and the formation, the culture of the club doesn't favor you. Let's take a look of the people the players who have left Chelsea, the players who have left United. We've seen the players who have left Arsenal. You know, they are Serge Gnabry. They left Arsenal. They're doing well. Mo Salah is a Chelsea flop. Kevin De Bruyne is a Chelsea flop. You understand? Angel Di Maria was the best winger for Real Madrid. He flopped at United.
Alexis Sanchez
was a flop at
Memphis Depay.
Barcelona. Performed well for Arsenal, flopped at Man United. So do not judge players because of the system.
But let me also ask you a question. If you were Harry Maguire, what would you do?
If I was Harry Maguire, I think Harry Maguire is not appreciated enough. And you need to say enough is enough, and you just quit the club. Because one thing, when United lose, all blame goes to Harry Maguire. We saw when things were not going well against Wolves, the camera zoomed at Maguire, who was on the bench. So it's like, okay, Maguire isn't playing, come on guys. So if I was Harry Maguire, 2 things. When you stay, fight for your position. But then again, when you're given a certain deadline, they like a room for pressure is invited. So anything you touch. Maguire has scored some goals for United, both ends, but you focus on just one end for Harry Maguire. That's why I'm saying you guys need to support your own. At Arsenal, we've had the likes of Siquilachi. Plus, you don't need to abuse players. We've seen these players read everything, by the way, online.
Yeah, but you also had problems with Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka, and we gave him chance. Xhaka left.
But you know the problem with Maguire is every time he gets a chance, I don't know, it's pressure or something.
I think it's pressure.
He just makes some mistakes again. So
even the players are booing Maguire. I remember I saw a video of they were leaving. They were now approaching pitch, and Harry Maguire was leading the team on the wrong side, and David De Gea was like,
he has received a lot of banters, Maguire.
So I think for Harry Maguire, go to a team like Newcastle, go to a team like Tottenham Hotspur, and
Where you can play regular
where
football.
you can play regular football. And from there, Harry Maguire is still young. Harry Maguire can still do wonders. So let's dive. I saw one last thing. I saw Mikel Arteta trying to play another formation which Pep Guardiola used.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's to overload a player. Thomas Partey started as a right back against Nottingham Forest. So he was a full back when we are defending, but a defensive midfielder when Arsenal keep the possession. Don't you think it's overworking player? Same we saw with Zinchenko at
Man City, and he also played that role last season.
Yeah.
And I think it's a tactic that most managers are coming up with right now, just to make sure that the midfield is a little bit packed up. So when you don't have the ball, I mean, you go back to the formation that the manager set up. But when you have the ball, you add more numbers or bodies in between so that you are able to make a number of passes. So I think it's something good, and especially that Arsenal won that game and they were very comfortable in the first half, aside from maybe just one moment. And then in the second half there was that lackluster performance, I think maybe due to tired legs, which is
it's still early when you see players being subbed because of their maybe 80% fit. And it happens.
But it's a tactic that works, and it only works when it's working. If one mistake and then the fans turn against you, and then they start saying, hey, how can you buy Declan Rice, and then you play him at that position, and things start falling apart. But I think Arteta is a hard-headed manager. He will always do what he wants.
I think he has support from the board.
So
we can dive into the weekend match day 2 of the English Premier League. And trust me, you have some good matches. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night football with Arsenal taking on Crystal Palace. So we're going to focus on the big games, of course. And we'll have Liverpool taking on FC Bournemouth on Saturday. I just skipped the Nottingham Forest versus Sheffield United. So we just went straight to Liverpool taking on Bournemouth at Anfield.
Wow. Liverpool need to begin their season now, because what I see is the draw at Chelsea is a good point, but they look like they were overrun by Chelsea's midfield. There was a problem with Liverpool's midfield, and they didn't land Caicedo. He rejected them, and I saw McAllister playing at CDM.
Yes, he was in the
and
center.
Then the new guy.
Klopp used 4-3-3 formation, meaning it was more of attack rather than trying to hold the mid.
So I kind of still think that they have a lot of work to do. Bournemouth might pull a surprise as well. Many people underrate Bournemouth, and I remember last season they defeated Liverpool. Liverpool need to bounce back though, but it's going to be that kind of back and forth kind of game. And I'm seeing 2-1 win Liverpool. How about you?
A tough match, and you understand that Bournemouth is a team which is not afraid of attacking, not also afraid of conceding. So I see goals galore. I'll go for another draw for Liverpool, which is, I'll go for 2-2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes then.
For a 2-2 draw. We see, and on Saturday, once again at around 7:30, that is South African time, we'll have Tottenham, who will be without Harry Kane, taking on Manchester United.
It's going to be a difficult match, for both of the teams, because Man United had a poor performance, although they ran away with 3 points. Tottenham, on the other hand, they dropped 2 points, if I could call it, but they played Brentford, and Brentford looked also a good team. And what I know is it's going to be like a kind of back and forth kind of game. I think Tottenham is going to attack Manchester United more, and Manchester United like that because they play good counters. So Manchester United should edge Tottenham. Remember, Tottenham also lost their defender Romero through head injury. So I'm thinking that could also be key, because he's a very important player for Tottenham. So I'm seeing Rashford coming back to the score sheet now this season. He will begin his season in this game, and I'm predicting a 2-1 win for Manchester United. How about you?
Tottenham right now is the team to beat. Trust me, they had a good performance against Brentford, but of course, they had their moments where they lost concentration, and that's how they were punished. So I think against Man United, gonna be not easy match, to be close match, and by the look of things, United will win this match. I'm going for a 2-0.
A 2-0
win for Manchester United.
Another clean sheet.
Another clean sheet for Onana, but until he meets Odegaard.
In the next game after Tottenham.
Yes, after Tottenham.
We shall see.
It's Odegaard and Saka.
We shall see.
Yes. Then we'll have Newcastle United taking on
Manchester City.
Manchester City, the defending champions, who now will be without one of their key player, who is Kevin De Bruyne, who was lost through injury in their opening match against Burnley. Haaland picked from where he left. Two quick goals, first touch and a goal. So right now, is he the top scorer with 2 goals?
Of course, he is, and could have been more.
Yeah.
And he's a top lad.
He's a finisher.
He's a finisher, that dude. I mean, he doesn't have even to get a lot of chances to be able to be on the score sheet, and credits to him for that. He always keeps himself in good positions, and aside from that, he always keeps himself fit to play the next game in most cases. You know, he's big, and most players who are that big tend to get injured most of the time. And they will miss KDB, but I think this is going to be a cracking match as well. Newcastle looked fantastic in their 5-star win against Aston Villa.
Yep.
Nobody expected that they would win by that margin, but they have players. They added their squad depth. They have these players they signed from Leicester City, and it's going to be like a back and forth kind of game.
And that's why we say we only have one Bruno in the Premier League.
Guimaraes, no. Yes. We have another special Bruno, but okay, we will not talk about him right now. So, I'm seeing a draw in this game. I can see a 1-1 draw in this game. I don't know about you.
Pep Guardiola knows how to open the gap early. When you go, when in the first 5 opening matches or 4 or 5, if you claim maximum points, then you are in better position, because, for example, for Liverpool, they dropped points, and just the way I predicted, if they drop another 2 points against Bournemouth, either 2 or 3, then it means to be challenging for them to cope up. So you realize you are behind by 4 points after just 2 games, or even 6 points after. So Guardiola knows how to pick these games, and Newcastle will not know what hit them. They scored their goals over the weekend. They might score 1, so I'm going for a 3-1.
3-1 win for Man City.
For Manchester City.
We wait and see.
Yes. Then we go to Monday, or we should go to Aston Villa and Everton. Let's go straight to Monday night football.
Let's go straight
Arsenal away to Crystal Palace.
Michael
Arteta with his men, no Jurgen Timber this time round, but still they have the depth at the back. Because I feel with now no Timber, but then again there is Gabriel Magalhaes at the back. There is still Ben White, Tomiyasu is fit, so you can. There is Saliba.
The Saliba as well.
Zin is also expected to return, so you could start on the left back. Kirantini is still there. Tim is a good player, but Arsenal right now they have the depth. What's your take on this match?
It's going to be a good match to watch as well. It will be good to see Arsenal now in their away game this season, to see how they're just able to do it. I'm pretty sure Arsenal's attack is quite on form and very good. Like, we have Saka and Martinelli playing some good stuff.
Trossard too.
Yeah, Trossard too. We were disappointed that Jesus didn't manage to start the season. But what I know about Arsenal is they also have these kinds of players who are able to play anywhere. And we have Trossard, as you said, and he's gonna fill in those shoes. And Nketiah scored a good goal. And instead of going through too much, naming all these players, I'll just go for a prediction, which is 3-1 Arsenal.
I'm going for the same scoreline, and I'm saying this will be the first goal for Kai Havertz. Havertz will get his first goal. Trossard also will be on the score sheet. Saka too, just like obvious. So I'm going for a 3-1 victory
3-1 win
for the Gunners.
Why are you so biased?
Why?
Have we talked about Chelsea?
We've not talked about Chelsea, by the way. That's strange. They are up against Westham United. How did I miss that derby?
Are you jealous because they are signing every top midfielder that is rejecting other teams?
What are you calling top?
Caicedo is a top player, bro.
Caicedo is?
Yeah, Caicedo is a top player.
Did you reject?
Liverpool?
If it was Manchester United or Arsenal, could have made sense. It's just Liverpool anyway.
Liverpool is top, bro.
Was.
Yeah, so I think
they're playing. The use of past tense is, was, will.
Yeah, so we need to talk about that team as well because they had a very good performance against Liverpool, but they just didn't take away the 3 points. And yeah, they're playing West Ham away from home, which looks like also it's a derby, of course.
It's a derby.
And previous matches have gone pretty like either way, some drawing, Chelsea winning, West Ham winning. And I don't know, what would you say about this match?
Chelsea right now are lacking the edge, the cutting edge, the final piece.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, they played, of course, against Liverpool, a team which didn't have a proper midfield. And then again, I have a feeling they will concede. Obviously, they'll concede.
Yeah.
And I don't see them picking maximum points against Westham United. So I'll go for a 1-1 draw. You know why? Chelsea are playing well, but how is the attack? They scored 1 goal against Liverpool. Where did it come from? From a defender.
Disassi.
So when you score mostly from a defender, when a defender scores, it means those are set pieces, corner balls or just those free kicks from outside the box. It is what we saw from Manchester United scoring from also a defender, meaning you just pounce on the chance of from a set piece. So for this, it's not a built, it's not a constructed goal like what we saw Haaland, the move and the finish, right?
Just hoofing the ball from a corner, someone heading it towards goal and Disassi finishing it.
So I'm going for 1-1 draw for that reason. And I feel Chelsea should go for a proper striker. If they want, they can come for Balogun.
All right.
50 million.
I kind of disagree with you because I think Jackson has he's a kind of good player. Okay, he might be promising average, but he has the potential to be top because he has the run, he has the moves. Maybe his finishing, we can ask more questions about it. But I think this season he's gonna show Chelsea what they missed. And I really don't have a problem with the attack because they also have Mudryk on the bench, coming from the bench. They have Sterling, they have a number of players. But now I have a concern with Chelsea.
Yes, which is
James Reese. You are a captain of a team. You play so well in the first game, of course, and at around 70th, 80th minute, you get injured. What do you think? I mean, is he a good choice for Chelsea captaincy?
Reece James is the leader, but then again, who is a leader? A leader must be present.
Yes.
So you should always be present when we need you.
Yes.
Your presence must be felt. And that is, I'll take you back to Man United. The main reason as to why Ten Hag felt now I need to give Bruno. Bruno is a starter. And you cannot defend your players from the bench. Unless you play the system of Mikel Arteta or at some point Pep Guardiola where you have 5 captains.
Yes.
No, you know, you can rotate, right? We know Casemiro can be our captain, Bruno Fernandes,
next time Varane, next time,
yes, Onana, something like that. But if you are the captain, you must be always
be available.
Most of the matches, you need to be there. So I think it was in the perfect selection from Poch in terms of the leadership. Who would you have given?
It's pretty tough to choose because having watched that Chelsea and Liverpool game, I thought Chelsea have like very many new players. Some of them I don't know. The guy who replaced Reece James himself, the Gusto or someone, I have never heard of him. Madueke is another. Chukwemeka is another.
Chukwemeka is from Nigeria.
And there was another guy.
From brother to rock.
And there's another guy who came in as well that I feel like they have so many new players. So I think
I could have given it to Kepa. Unfortunately,
Kepa
is leaving.
He's leaving as well. So
he's a leader, a player who can say no, you cannot serve me.
Maybe Thiago would have been Silva would have been the captain because.
But then again, his age and this season, you expect him to be a squad player, rotational player. That is, you play today, the next match or bench.
Yeah, but because he's been able to captain Brazil and at some point PSG.
Just give it to Enzo.
Enzo is still young. I don't know if he would.
Is Bruno old?
Bruno is old. Bruno is 28 years. Odegaard is still young, but there's a reason why Arteta chose him. Odegaard seems to be the engine of the team. Okay, which makes sense. You're making sense.
Because it's someone who's always starting.
Yeah, but
you cannot give a new player like Caicedo because...
Yeah. But I'm thinking Thiago Silva would have been a better choice. And then you make James his assistant.
Yes.
And then James will start to build from that. And then
with the time, you can see what
yeah.
I think that's all. Let's wait for Matchday 2 and see who will unfat over the weekend. My name is Vincent.
My name is Brian, and this is the Liquid Sports Show.